Post and The Nation. Starting off with the Punch newspaper, subsidy deductions hit states hard. Governors all salaries, workers lament. In other stories, Osinbajo gets high presidential survey rating. Tinubu's group disagrees. Expatriate hangs self in Lagos office. Police begin probe. Police hunt Rivers pastors killers. CP hints on lead. INT'L Saraki greets Muslims, urges positive attitudes. Still talking INT'L Oyetola urges Muslims to pray for peace and stability. Lawan other northerners to join APC presidential race. Anambra PDP suspends Congress after aspirants hold panel members hostage. Elsewhere in the pages of the Punch newspaper this morning, I have this one. Blind grandma rescues kids offered for 70,000 naira to ritualists. In business, bomb train, over 100 railway security proposals hit NRC daily. Nigerian inflation may worsen to 16.1% in 2022. Moving over to the Daily Post, major story this morning. Buhari, Boko Haram now fading. Many IPOB ESN members arrested. That's according to President Muhammadu Buhari. Kaduna train attack. Serap drags Buhari government to ECOWAS court. Biafra, Buhari told to release Nnamdi Kanu immediately. Stop destruction of Southeast. Soludo media manager dies days after government appointment. Battles to stop PDP presidential primary election shifts to appeal court. Elsewhere, Makinde appoints new permanent secretaries, tutors general. Others, Soyinka visits Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. That's one that's just coming in this morning. To get all the details, do take a look at the Daily Post newspaper this morning.
Right, from Daily Trust newspaper, Salah, final victory against terrorists in sight. Buhari, final victory against terrorists in sight. Buhari, that's from Daily Trust. Scene of collapsed three-story building in Lagos. You can see the pictures there from Daily Trust. The unending controversy over moon sighting. We've paid 8.4 billion naira workers' deductions, loans. Abiodun Oyetola approves 7 workers' demands. Why we don't fulfill campaign promises? North Central lawmakers can to federal government. Terrorists, de-radicalization, rehabilitation, counterproductive. Still from the Daily Trust newspaper, Russia-Ukraine war contributed to airfare increase. Aviation workers outage at CBN Army headquarters as vandals hit AEDC network and 4 killed as 3-story building collapses in Lagos.
From the Nation newspaper this morning, Makinde charges workers to shun improper conduct, remain apolitical. Inua felicitates with Gombe workers. Also, Ebonyi workers seek improved pay. Local government autonomy. Train attack. Terrorist-free Professor Ango Abdullahi's son 31 days after abduction. 2023 ministers declared Tinubu God's choice at crusade. 2023 Ayadi's commissioners, aides, local government bosses jostle for officers. Sleeping with dogs, animals punishable. That's according to the police. For more details, do grab a copy of the Nation newspaper this morning. VAT appeal court fixes hearing in FIRS Rivers suit for May 9. PDP appeals order in suit seeking to stop presidential primary. Abwad, the judge, Nigeria's best university. That's an interesting one you might want to find and take a look at in the pages of the Nation newspaper.
From Premium Times newspaper 2023, Nant threatens to disrupt APC PDP's primaries over strike. Jonathan qualified to run for president. Ozekume. Insecurity, 1 soldier, 14 others killed last week as killings decline. In Nigeria, women don't have equal access to decision making. NBS. Okay, so we're talking about breaking bias. Okay, INT'L Fitri, don't dance, party, engage in a moral act. Hishba warns residents. PT state of the race run, Jonathan run, can he? That's something also to read from Premium Times. So more before we move on to the analysis. Nigerian politician displays Tinubu campaign poster in Kaba. And NDLEA intercepts 1.1 billion naira travelers checks, 10.89 kg cocaine at Lagos Airport. We go on our first commercial break. When we return, to be time for some analysis.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Màámi, kí ni ìdí tá fi ń ṣe Ramadani?
Àkókò láti súnmọ́ Ọlọ́run ni àti àkókò láti ṣe ohun tó dára fún ọmọ ẹnìkejì wa.
Ṣé ìdí nìyẹn tá fi ń fáwọn alábàágbé wa lóúnjẹ nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ṣé mo lè pe gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kíláàsì mi láti wá jẹ gbádùn Bonvita nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o lè pè wọ́n.
Gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ìfikún lórí ohun pínpín ní àkókò yìí. Bí Cadbury Bonvita ṣe ń fún yín ní àlékún 50 gram lórí gbogbo 450 gram ìpolówó àpò alátùnrọ̀ Bonvita tí o bá rà. Bonvita kún fún oríṣi vitamins àti minerals láti fún ara yín ní okun tí ẹ nílò ní àsìkò yìí. Bonvita, agbára fún ìpinnu.
I'm living the life because I get Tizeti. Yes, sir.
Nigeria's most affordable internet service provider, Tizeti Network Limited, is now live in Ibadan. Oh yes, Ibadan residents can now enjoy our truly unlimited internet service too. Tizeti prides itself on providing the lowest cost of unlimited internet access to residential and small business customers. You can now browse, stream, and game 24/7 at an amazing speed, and with an uncapped data plan. Connect to Tizeti's fast and limited internet service for just 12,500 naira only per month. Simply pay 59,500 for installation and enjoy a 1-month subscription for the residential plan. What more? Visit wifi.com.ng/OYO to sign up or call 090-8749-3040, 090-8749-3040, or send email to internet@wifi.com.ng to get started now. Unlimited internet Ọ̀yọ́lówà. Láìsí àní-àní, àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n dorí ẹja mú. Wọn kì í fi iléeṣẹ́ Online Dynamics ṣeré nídìí ètò ìrìn àjò lọ sókè òkun yálà láti gbé ṣiṣẹ́ tàbí kàwé ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú ìwọ àti ẹbí rẹ. Pàápàá jùlọ àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè bíi Canada, America, UK, Finland, Australia àti Cyprus. Àǹfààní aláìlẹ́gbẹ́ ti wá ṣí sílẹ̀ fún wọn náà láti sọ àlá rẹ di òtítọ́ nínú ètò ẹ̀dínwó àtìgbàdégbà tí iléeṣẹ́ Online Dynamics gbé kalẹ̀ láti bá ọ ṣètò visa, ticketing pẹ̀lú admission process lọ́nà ìrọ̀rùn láì fanilápòyà. You too can take advantage of Online Dynamics expertise and experience by joining our periodic visa, ticketing, and foreign educational package promo today. Our services at Online Dynamics give value for money. Fly with us now and pay later. Ẹ kàn sí wa lájà kẹrin Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn tàbí lọ́fíìsì ìrànlọ́mọ tó wà ní 25 Oyedoku Street, Àgọ́wandé Òṣogbo. Telephone 0810-273-8145. Follow us on social media at Online Dynamics. Ẹ má gbàgbé oògùn tá a fowó ṣe ẹ̀yìn àrùn ní gbé o. Darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn lọ́gbọ́n lónìí ní Online Dynamics. Okay, lẹ́yìn fọ́ọ̀n.
Mommy will come and put on the radio set. Don't worry, I'll tell Mommy.
Let me put on my radio set now.
Mommy, please, we want to listen to the Smart Kids Show. It comes up Monday to Friday, 7:15 to 7:45 a.m. So we can prepare our minds for school work.
Okay, Smart Kids Show. I love it too.
Thank you, Mommy.
Oh yes, 7:15 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. is the time. Mondays through Fridays. Join Auntie Yellow on the Smart Kids Show.
Oh, I wanna build a train.
The wise plan for the future, while others think about enjoyment only. Be the wise. Obtain your registration form at Jonathan King Limited today.
The government of Canada is determined to attract more than 1.2 million families and individuals to relocate between 2021 and end of 2023. The government of Canada will allow only those who will be employable to get the permanent visa. Jonathan King Limited will assist professionals, graduates, and artisans in various fields and trades to go to Canada and prosper. Jonathan King Limited will help students secure full-time graduate and postgraduate admissions to tertiary institutions. Full-time students are allowed to work in Canada. There are also opportunities for scholarships, grants, or at least interest-free loans. Pick up a registration form immediately at Jonathan King Limited, 1st and 6th floors, Cocoa House, Ibadan, and the Bronx Bookshop, former CMS, besides Our Saviour's Cathedral, Ijebu-Ode.
Our offices will be opened throughout the holidays. Remember, registration ends 3rd of May 2022.
Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ fún yín pa Zainab bó bá ti jí láàárọ̀ yóò kọ́ jẹun tó dáa. Yóò wá gbé pabambarì lé lórí Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12. Ara ti mókùnù, ọpọlọ ti jí pépé, iṣẹ́ yá.
Lẹ́ òjò.
Káàárọ̀ Zainab, ìdí nù ti fi máa pegedé lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ rẹ̀.
Jọ̀ọ́ bá náwó mọ̀wé hùn.
Àti pàápàá ń bi eré. Didion syrup of hemoglobin ní èròjà vitamin B12 nínú tí yóò mú kọ́pọ̀lọ́ àtàrà rẹ̀ ó jí pépé ní ìgbáradì fún àṣeyọrí tí ọ̀lẹ́gbẹ́ ń gbà gbogbo. Mu ṣíbí méjì Didion péré lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú ṣíbí lásán tàbí kó pòpọ̀ pẹ̀lú ohun mímu ẹlẹ́rìndòdò tó o bá fẹ́ràn. Ọ̀yá gbéra ńlẹ̀ bí akọni pẹ̀lú Didion.
To be healthy, strong and active, I say. Take Didion.
Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12 agbára tí ń roni lágbára ẹ kàwé pélébé inú rẹ̀.
Hello, where are you?
I'm coming. I'm very close.
Quick, we're going for a full spa session afterwards. My treat.
Spa indeed. You that complained of being broke just last week.
Well, that was before I won a 150,000 naira gift card in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2.
That's right. Zenith Bank is giving away gifts worth 150,000 naira each to 20 lucky customers every 2 weeks in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2. To qualify, open a Zenith Bank account and maintain a minimum of 5,000 naira for a month. Request, collect, and activate your Zenith Bank debit card, physical or virtual. Then register for star 966 hash or Zenith mobile banking. What's more, 5 mega winners also get gifts worth 500,000 naira every quarter. This promo is open to new and existing account holders from February 1st, 2022 to January 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Aisha ọ̀rẹ́ mi, mo máa ṣe pásítà àǹtí bíi tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ yẹn. Wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ wa fún iftar.
Bí àwọn ìbùkún àkókò yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn oúnjẹ tí ó dùn tí a ṣe pẹ̀lú Aunty B pasta. Aunty B, àṣàyàn tó dára.
Mama's Helping Hand. You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back from the commercial break. 32 FM 94.9, quarter to 7. That is time, studio time check. Right here, I'm Olutayo Gunade, Kenny Drotili is here, and Professor Lord Yedokun is also here. And by the way, Eid Mubarak to our Muslim brothers and sisters. Of course, it's the end of the fast, and today we can celebrate.
Yeah, it was Workers' Day yesterday.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And happy Workers' Day.
We should talk about the issue of minimum wage. We understand that in Edo State. Yesterday, the governor, Godwin Obaseki, announced that the minimum wages has been increased to 40,000 naira. Yes, as much as we want to give him credit and all of that, in the economy we find ourselves, 40,000 naira is against 30,000 naira. Some would say it's not much.
Well, I guess it's something. Yes, it's not much, but I guess it's something. I guess the extra 10,000 will do something. But the reality of it is that our naira is no longer holds its value. And of course, because the raising prices. In fact, if you go to many of the shops, I'm not going to mention them, but some of the supermarkets, you discover that the queue for bread is so long. And I was investigating why. Because that's about the cheapest thing you can get, you understand? You buy it from the bakery and you use it with a variety of, eat it with a variety of things.
I'll take it like that.
Yes, I'll take it like that. And then, you wait for another day. So I think the 40,000 is at least something. And it shows you that this state government can afford more than this 30,000. If Edo State, because Edo State is not the richest, there's other states that are richer than it that have not done it. It's a question of priorities. And I think no matter what you say about Obaseki, you have to give him the kudos for this.
Is it sustainable?
Well, is it sustainable? That would be the question. I believe so. If you can curtail all these expenses on Esther codes and all these emoluments you give to the state houses of assembly members, I think if you pare down government, then some of these things are sustainable. But what is even more important is that these workers should be made very productive, so that they themselves, by being very productive, can expand the economy of the state. And the last thing, money that is poured into the state economy has the capacity to widen and to grow the state's economy. So in one way or the other, I think the government has a win-win situation there.
What is the actual value of 30,000 naira minimum wage now? If you really want to look at it, it's less than 10,000 naira, Prof. Honestly speaking, looking at it, you know. But the questions or statement from the state government is that their states are not viable enough to, pay such an amount of money. So kudos to, the Edo State governor. Although in that same state, that yesterday some pensioners protested saying they are being owed, backlog of, gratuities and things like this. So,
that's the paradox, isn't it? Has he chosen to elevate, to give an increase and ignore the pensioners? I think that's the question really he has to resolve.
Okay, let's take a look at some other issue. We understand that a nationwide survey carried out by the Intellectual Forum on Politics and Governance has shown that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is the preferred candidate to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari in the 2023 elections. Prof, your thoughts on that survey? I'm sure you must have read about it.
Yes, it depends on which survey you take. I have another survey from the International Experts on Politics, which suggests that Peter Obi is the more popular and that Osinbajo is even distant, on that list. So it really depends on what survey. There are many surveys, and it depends on their sampling and where it's taken. But what is quite clear is that Professor Osinbajo is proving to be quite formidable. And part of his being formidable is his close proximity to the incumbency, from that point of view. But I guess the first hurdle for Osinbajo and the others is the primaries, which is coming up very soon. If they are able to cross that hurdle, then we'll begin to talk about, the actual elections itself. Is it promising something different yet? Initially, he wasn't promising anything different. He was just saying that he will improve, or rather build on, or continue, rather is the word. Continue, that's what I've been looking for.
Right.
But now he's beginning to say he's going to stop up NEPA and stuff like that, whatever. I don't think anybody still says up NEPA. I think it's living in the 70s and the 80s. They don't say up NEPA again, but you know what I mean.
We still say up NEPA.
Oh, they still say up NEPA. I must be the one who's out of touch. Yeah. Anyway, so they still say up NEPA. He says he's going to stop it. In other words, how is he going to stop it? That will be the question I ask. Of course, I have my own ideas, but let's see the ideas of the learned professor.
Some feel Osinbajo should talk more about his, years as, the Attorney General of Lagos and not his 7 years as Vice President to Buhari. That, as Attorney General of Lagos would help his CV or his, rating out there more than even his 7 years under Buhari.
I think it's smart politics to talk about that, because then you're not directly criticizing your boss. But I also think if he was a bit more politically savvy, he'll be talking about the months when he acted. Because, of course, those months he acted with the acquiescence of Buhari, there were some accomplishments. There was stabilization of the economy. There was this ease of doing business. There was some sense of order that was returning to the country for that short period of time. And I'm sure there's a way he can skillfully navigate and speak about that without it appearing as if he's slating his boss. After all, he still did it under his boss. So you are correct that the narrative and the picture that Osinbajo is painting is an incomplete one. And that incomplete picture is not doing him any good.
All right, the fight has been long and hard. Final victory is within sight. Boko Haram and its offshoots, final embers, are now fading. Salah final victory against terrorists in sight. Buhari, that's Salah message, according to Gabrashel. What's your take?
Well, the problem we have here, first and foremost, we must acknowledge the fact that Boko Haram has been significantly degraded. There's no doubt about that. They've taken a number of losses. But that's not the problem of Nigeria today. The problem of Nigeria is that there's been a proliferation, you understand, of these groups. And some of these groups, like those holding the kidnapped victims, the lady that gave birth in their custody, groups like that, they're operating across the swathe, not just in the northeast, in north central, and indeed in the northwest rather. And that's the problem. So yes, you've dealt with Boko Haram, but the members of Boko Haram are now linked up with some of the local, we used to call them bandits, local bandits and terrorists, and are still causing havoc. A comprehensive solution is not going to be one militarily. A comprehensive solution is going to be on economic front, on social front, on the education front. It is only when you invest in all those things that you can stop the recruitment, because they keep on recruiting. And where do they recruit them from? From the populated, the number of children, number of Algeries and all those people that are scattered around the north, moving around, not being able to go to school, not being able to be well fed and catered for. So it has to be an holistic approach, not just a military approach.
All right, from the Daily Post newspaper this morning, I have this article. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, we understand that he traveled to Cotonou, Benin Republic, to honor an invitation by the Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, of course, popularly known as Sunday Igboho. The literary icon was seen at the Seme border around Sunday noon, crossing over to Cotonou, the capital of the city of Benin Republic. Did you see that one coming?
Well, I guess if Igbo remains there for that long, then of course it's going to be attracting a number of celebrities, a number of intellectuals, and of course a number of Yoruba supporters. And I think for me the question is not so much Soyinka going there, but the question is, why does he still remain there in that foreign land? What exactly is going on? Is the legal process there so fraught and so delayed, that the situation cannot be resolved? I believe he's been held on some sort of immigration charges or something like that. But I think they should understand that Igbo was there because he was in fear of his life. And under those circumstances, he's a refugee, you understand, or should be entitled to that treatment. So I don't really understand what's going on there. But I think there must be some connection between the Republic of Benin and our government, because our government wants to get their hands on Igbo for whatever reason, from that point of view. But I think it will lift his morale. But I think the legal eggheads, such as myself, we should get together and see how Igbo can finally be free to leave Republic of Benin, even if he doesn't want to come back to Nigeria.
You think the prof is actually some sort of solidarity, having been in exile himself for a time, sometime,
yes,
as well. So
and those
he
are
understands.
the routes. Yes, those are the routes. There was this popular route they used to traverse in those days of Nadeko and so on and so forth. So of course he understands what Igbo is going through. But I must salute him. The prof is nearing 90 now. And he hasn't dimmed in terms of his activism. And I think it will be a moral booster for Igbo and of course the Yoruba nation themselves. But I think what we now need is, let's see the influence of Yoruba nation in this current election, at least in the argument for restructuring and ensuring, that we have a properly balanced federation. It's not just about Igbo, it's about equity, it's about fairness, and it's about how we make this federation work.
Do you think the South is divided? Talking about the APC now, with the number of Southern candidates, of course, declaring and all of that.
I'm not sure that it's divided, but certainly the ambitions are divided. And of course, the ambitions are divided. Some might even say, some very dubious position might be that many of them are coming out because they want to scuttle the ambition of one man and one man alone. You understand, the Ashiwaju. Because you look at some of them and you ask yourself the question, they're not going to win nothing, you understand? So why are they pouncing around and scattering and disfiguring the political terrain? The formidable candidates, in my view, remain Ashiwaju, remain Oshibaju, and one or two other people. The rest of them really are just making up the numbers and donating money to their political party.
Now, the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, has revealed that women still do not have equal access to decision-making and power sharing at all levels in the country compared with their male counterparts. This is according to a report released by the NBS on Gender Statistics Quarterly Bulletin for the first quarter 2022 on Sunday in Abuja.
Well, that's the inflation rate, isn't it?
No inflation now. Talking about women having equal access to decision making.
Oh yes, okay, equal access. Well, everything has to do with the place of women in the economy, of course. And you know that whilst the women tend to be the traders, whilst the women tend to be the ones that go to the market, you understand, predominantly most of the employed, most of those in charge of the economy are the men. But I think a report that increases the access of women would be better for society, because they are closer to the home, they are closer to the children, they are closer to the needs, you understand. A lot of times men like me, well, maybe I'm different, we're much removed from the economic realities at all, and we are more interested in gadgets, rather than the long term. If you see a man that is successful, you see that it's the wife really who has invested in the houses, invested in the long term things, rather than the fast cars, and the things that make us happy for a while. So that would be an encouraging report. Can we build on it? That's the question. Can the next government come in and build on it? That would be the question. If we have more women in political power, in political places, then I'm sure that we'll get better reports, from that body.
What of the 35% affirmative action for women?
Well, it's a good thing. I think because women have been disadvantaged over the years, then of course when you have affirmative action. It helps. At least it gives them a leg over. Affirmative action has been used all over the world. It was used in America for the blacks. It's used in Britain. You know, there's a time in Britain, the Labour Party, in order to get women better representation, what they did was they did some affirmative action where they said 40% of their new seats will go to women. And that made a difference. So affirmative action of that percentage, of that variety, would work, and it will work well.
By the way, it will interest you to know that we are more male in our universities than female.
Yes, no, that's true. If you look at the universities, whether private or public, there's more female. And when you look at the results, I'm sorry to say, you understand, the women are doing far better, well, from my own experience, you know, than the male. They're more serious.
What could be responsible for that?
Well, I think the male gets easily distracted. Yes. You know, male are more, you understand, and I may be wrong, into gadgetry, into all these sort of things. The women tend to get their heads down. They tend to join one mosque or MSS or fellowship or that sort of thing. They tend to be, you know, more religious and, you know, straighter. Tend to be, that's the word. I'm not saying all of them. And of course, that then means that they are able to do better when it comes to academics, you know, from that point of view. You always have the stray and the errant ones.
All right, Prof, let's take a look at this one. News coming up this morning. 23 persons so far rescued in Lagos. Another building collapse in Butemeta. Of course, this is another one in recent times. What do you make of this?
Yes, is that a 3-story one? I read about
yes,
3-story.
Right.
Well, if it's 3-story, then it tells you there's something fundamentally going wrong. You know, if it's much higher than that, then you say, well, maybe they added 2 or 3, you know, extra on that. We are the building inspectors. What has happened to the regulations? Because it happens too many times. And of course, you know what the consequences are: death, and of course disruption to that area, you know, from that point of view. People should be prosecuted, and should be prosecuted publicly if they violated any of the laws. You know, is it because of the cement? Are they buying lower grade cement? You know, are they putting less because of the economy? You know, is somebody cutting corners? You know, from that point of view. I mean, the builders, of course, need to be investigated also, as well as, of course, the people that are paying the bill. But that's unfortunate. Our thoughts, of course, go to the people that have lost loved ones. We don't know, but it would appear that some lives have been lost so far.
We're quite familiar with that area, Butemeta. You know that most of the houses there are old.
Yeah, they're old. They're old because
susceptible to collapse and things like this.
Yes, but they're old, you know, and if they're not maintained, of course, you know, of course they would collapse, because the building has a lifespan of about 50 years. And many of the houses there that you mentioned, you know, are far more than 50 years, you know, from that point of view. So the question is that if it's a new building, you know, it's to do with the builders, possibly. If it's an old building, then that's to do with maintenance, and maybe, you know, ground has shifted, subsidence and all those other things. But it ought to be investigated to prevent a reoccurrence.
All right, we're going on a commercial break now. It's 7 o'clock studio time. We'll be back in a bit.
FM
94.9.
Rich flavor, aroma, delicious. Mama's happiness, the fresh cookie, great flavor.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n a máa sáré bí ọjọ́ iwájú ó ṣe dára, ṣùgbọ́n ìgbádùn tòní nìkan ni ọ̀pọ̀ ń sáré rẹ̀. Jẹ́ ọlọ́gbọ́n, tètè gba fọ́ọ̀mù àti di ọmọ onílẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Canada lónìí ní Jonathan King Limited. ọ́fíìsì wa yóò wà ní ṣíṣí sílẹ̀ ní gbogbo àsìkò ìsinmi lẹ́nu iṣẹ́.
ó mà lé ní mílíọ̀nù kan ènìyàn tí ìjọba ilẹ̀ Canada ti pinnu láti gbà láàyè kó wá gbé kó sì máa ṣiṣẹ́ ní orílẹ̀‐èdè náà. ṣùgbọ́n o, ẹni tó bá lè ṣiṣẹ́ nìkan ni wọ́n ń wá.
Jonathan King Limited ti ṣetán láti ràn ọ́ lọ́wọ́ o, bó o jẹ́ akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́, oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ àbí akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè.
bó sì jẹ́ o fẹ́ lọ kàwé ni, o lè jẹ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kó o sì tún máa ṣiṣẹ́. bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni àǹfààní owó ìrànwọ́ wà. tètè lọ gba fọ́ọ̀mù tiẹ̀ ní Jonathan King Limited, àjàkíní àti ìkẹfà Cocoa House Ìbàdàn, àjàkíní God's Grace Plaza 65 Allen Avenue Ìkẹjà, àti The Bronx Bookshop lẹ́bàá Our Saviour's Cathedral Ìjẹ̀bú Òde.
má gbàgbé ọjọ́ 3 oṣù karùn-ún ni ìforúkọsílẹ̀ yóò wá sópin o.
jẹ́ ń sọ fún yín pa Zainab bó bá ti jí láàárọ̀ yóò kọ́ jẹun tó dáa yóò wá gbé pabambarì lé lórí Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12 ara ti mókùnù ọpọlọ ti jí pépé iṣẹ́ yá.
lẹ́ òjò.
káàárọ̀ Zainab ìdí nù ti fi máa pegedé lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ rẹ̀.
jọ̀ọ́ bá náwó mọ̀wé hùn.
àti pàápàá ń béèrè Didion syrup of hemoglobin ní èròjà vitamin B12 nínú tí yóò mú kọ́pọlọ àtàrà rẹ̀ ó jí pépé ní ìgbáradì fún àṣeyọrí tí ọ̀lẹ́gbẹ́ ń gbà gbogbo. mu ṣíbí méjì Didion péré lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú ṣíbí lásán tàbí kọ́ púpọ̀ pẹ̀lú ohun mímu ẹlẹ́rìndòdò tó bá fẹ́ràn. ọ̀yá gbéra ńlẹ̀ bí akọni pẹ̀lú Didion.
To be healthy, strong and active, I say. Take Didion.
Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12 agbára tí ń roni lágbára ẹ kàwé pélébé inú rẹ̀.
Hello, where are you?
I'm coming. I'm very close.
Quick, we're going for a full spa session afterwards. My treat.
Spa indeed. You that complained of being broke just last week.
Well, that was before I won a 150,000 naira gift card in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2.
That's right. Zenith Bank is giving away gifts worth 150,000 naira each to 20 lucky customers every 2 weeks in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2. To qualify, open a Zenith Bank account and maintain a minimum of 5,000 naira for a month. Request, collect, and activate your Zenith Bank debit card, physical or virtual. Then register for star 966 hash or Zenith mobile banking. What's more, 5 mega winners also get gifts worth 500,000 naira every quarter. This promo is open to new and existing account holders from February 1st, 2022 to January 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Màámi, kí ni ìdí tá fi ń ṣe Ramadani?
Àkókò láti súnmọ́ Ọlọ́run ni àti àkókò láti ṣe ohun tó dára fún ọmọ ẹnìkejì wa.
Ṣé ìdí nìyẹn tá fi ń fáwọn alábàágbé wa lóúnjẹ nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ṣé mo lè pe gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kíláàsì mi láti wá jẹ gbádùn bọ́ǹfìtà nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o lè pè wọ́n.
Gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ìfikún lórí ohun pínpín ní àkókò yìí bí Cadbury Bonvita ṣe ń fún yín ní àlékún 50 gram lórí gbogbo 450 gram ìpolówó àpò alátùnrọ̀ Bonvita tí o bá rà. Bonvita kún fún oríṣi vitamins àti minerals láti fún ara yín ní okun tí ẹ nílò ní àsìkò yìí. Bonvita, agbára fún ìpinnu.
Aisha, my neighbor, I made your favorite Auntie B pasta. Come join us for iftar.
The goodness of Ramadan is meant to be shared. Share the blessings of this season with delicious meals made with Auntie B pasta. Auntie B, your smart choice.
Aroma, delicious, mama's happiness, the fresh cookie, bring great flavor,
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
32 FM
94.9.
It's great to have you back with us. 7070559 Those are the numbers to call us. Okay, let's have your thoughts on the stories read so far. I have some messages on Facebook. I have this one from Timothy Okuri. It says, "Good morning, Kenny, Olu, and Tayo." Okay, it's not an overstatement to state that Oshibajo is more popular than Tinubu in terms of good governance. Let's wait for the primaries and thereby making our choices. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting for Kingsley Mahalu. Also, this one from Otumba Ayo. I didn't realize. Says, "Good morning to the radio team. This country has money to pay 70,000 naira minimum wage if the natural resources of this country is being managed by good politicians and administrators. We waste money on things that are not necessary to the citizens' benefit, but beneficial to personal gain." God bless Nigeria.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, may God bless the prof. This is Fagbemi online.
Thank you, sir.
But I think I will take a little exception. You see what is happening in APC, the candidates for the president. I don't see anything special or anything that is formidable in either Ashiwaju or Shibaju. We have other aspirants. I don't think there's anything they can do that people like Fayoshe or Amechi cannot do, because they are also part of the, the rot that we are experiencing in Nigeria now. We can't measure, formidables with the amount of wealth or cash people can throw around, because this money are being gotten from the public funds. So I don't see anything that they can do that others cannot do. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that one. Prof, you have
well, the point I'm trying to make about them being formidable is that they're close proximity to power. And sometimes formidability is not about competence, but it's about your connections and being able to leverage the delegates. And I think that's going to be the key here.
070-55,949, 080-97,949. Take those numbers again, 080-97,949 and 070-55,949. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, Kingsley Onwuka is my name.
All right, let's hear you.
I agree with Prof on his citation of the survey about it being the most popular of the candidates. Really, P2B is the most popular. Popular not necessarily in terms of fame, but in terms of acceptability by the Nigerian electorate. In my estimation, in my opinion, if P2B is fortunate enough to clinch the PDP presidential ticket, then we are going to witness a ballot revolution in Nigeria in 2023. My opinion anyway. Thank you.
Thank you, Kingsley. On Facebook, good morning, Tayo Kenny and 32 FM Akialabi Samuel. We go there. Thank you. Good morning to the crew. A worker is a creator, a national and great national asset. A good governance is about the welfareism of civil servants and citizens. Owing worker salaries is very disheartening and will really affect the standard of living of the citizens, especially the salary earners. Only a responsible governor discharges obligation timely to pay the worker salaries and retirees as and when due, like Governor Makinde, Governor Zulum, Governor Basaki, and few governors who are doing the needful. May God heal our land. Sulaiman Sharif from Onara. Hello.
Hello, Tayo. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
This is Adonis.
Good to have you.
Yeah, I want to ask Prof. Prof said he doesn't know what Igboho is doing in Benin Republic. Prof, what is Unade Kanu doing in the custodian of DSS? You know, these are ploy to keep those that want to destabilize or to advocate for their rights or the right of their people. Secondly, Prof, this administration is cruel and callous. The child that was delivered in the enclave of the terrorists have been shown to the whole world. That in itself should have been enough to ask this government to flush out these bandits or terrorists, as whatever you may call them. What have they done about it? Over a month now, 168. Now the children a child have been born to make 169 citizens of Nigeria in the enclave of the terrorists. What is this government doing?
Well, just to add there, my question about Igbo was rhetorical. Of course, I know what Igbo is doing there. We're asking that it's taking too long, Igbo being there, of course. And that, of course, the situation is only occurring because the government here is colluding with the government of the Republic of Benin. So it's a rhetorical question. It is.
0097949 0705 to join the conversation in the studio. Let's take this one from Balkis and Adrian. To be honest, the conflict between ASU and the federal government could have been avoided because no country in the world can succeed without a robust educational system. The federal government should grant ASU's request. That said, if interrupting political parties' conventions in Abuja is the solution, I'm entirely supportive of that, of what NANS has planned. In Nigeria, we have truly inhumane leaders in power. Eid Mubarak to all Muslims. Thank you. We got your message. Good morning to you. 0097949.
07055,949. Those are the numbers to be a part of the conversation this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Tyler.
Good morning, sir.
The good morning, doctor. I think the step taken by those together is a welcome one. Even adding another 10,000 to the basic salary, it's a plus because you can never compare it with somebody that is over 25,000, which you don't even know the direction the 5,000 is going. Or the 10,000 they are doing, or the feeding they are doing. At least with 10,000, that can add, if you add 10,000 to home feeding for your family, it's a plus. So I really appreciate that state for that step taken, and I pray others because you discover that some don't even up to that 30,000. When somebody comes and increase them to 30,000, so welcome to development. And it goes to some kind of TV. If they can seek for asylum there, let them till this dispensation goes. Because it's a risk for you to bring him back to Nigeria for now. At least Oduku was in Cote d'Ivoire till military coup pass before Shagari drank in this thing. So I think he should still be there for now till another dispensation. That's the reason.
All right, thank you very much for that one. Prof, you have any thoughts on that?
No, I share what he says. The man deserves political asylum, not to be incarcerated or stopped from moving around. He deserves to live his life and is entitled to his aspirations, political aspirations.
Okay, we have a message on Facebook. Good morning, Olutai and Kenny. Compliments of the season. We should do away with tribalism and focus on the progressiveness and betterment of this country. Antecedents and personality should be well measured, and I fervently pray we never experience this kind of present hardship again in Nigeria under the leadership of the APC. That's from David Yemi Oladebo.
Prof, we need to go.
Yeah. Yes, we need to go. Well, we're wishing the Muslims all the best. It's end another season. We enter the month of Shawwal according to the Quran. So we wish them all the best, and let's hope these better tidings will come to Nigerians.
We say amen to that. Thank you, dear listener. I am Olutayo Ogunade.
I'm Kenny Durotilu. You have yourself a pleasant day. Smart Kids is up next.